Drop the brace.
What's up, guys? Ryan, Mike, and Jason here from FullHouseRS, and earlier today we received some news about the open beta, which, for those of you that are living in a hole somewhere, it's RS3. So, basically what RS3 is going to consist of is the HTML5, the new interface systems, the music, and, what's that Lumbridge thing?
Battle of Lumbridge.
The Battle of Lumbridge is just a world event. They're going to have other world events too. That's just the first one.
Okay. But basically all of that was supposed to come out on July 22nd. And actually, they said that HTML5 is not ready yet. And while everything else will be coming out, HTML5 will still be in beta. You can use it for the live game, but they suggest you don't.
At the moment, it is able to be played with the live game, so it still works the way it is now. But they're working on a downloadable client as well, which is going to make a little bit of the problems fixed, but they just need to get more optimizations in. And I'm just glad they admitted that it's not ready yet, because we all knew it wasn't ready.
People are complaining like, oh, they're delaying it. They said it was going to come out. It's like, would you rather them just release it and it being shit? No, but they're doing what they can.
Yeah.
That's what matters, really. They realize it's not ready yet. They're not making the same mistake as they did with the EOC. Not saying that EOC was a mistake, just that I don't
Releasing
think
it that early was a mistake.
Releasing it early was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can see why they did that, because not enough people were playing the beta, and they figured if they made it live, then everybody would have to play it.
Yeah, there's a difference with this beta. This beta is technical, so the problems with this beta is all about technology and how to optimize it for all the graphics cards. EOC was really about making the combat the way players wanted it, and since nobody was playing it, they had to do something, and to force players to play it wasn't maybe the best way they could have done it, but it was probably the best way that they could have actually done it that was available to them.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that this whole time the HTML5 only portion of the beta, that has been like live game. So I mean, like when it first came out, I was doing a lot of Slayer on my noob account on the beta, and I was like writing down glitches and stuff that I found while I was doing it, because it's like you're not losing any experience while you're doing it, so you might as well try it out and try to help. And
to be fair, it has improved a lot since it first came out. Before, it was like you put all the things to minimum and maybe make the distance a little bit larger, like to medium, which is better than it is in live game right now, but it's still pretty short. And you would be running maybe 30 to 35 frames per second, or at least I would. And now I can run max with about 20, so
I can run the max without Bloom, because for some reason Bloom lags the shit out of me. I can get like 15 frames per second. And I have a laptop, and my graphics card is integrated, and they haven't really done optimizations for that yet, so it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. It's a lot better than it was at the beginning, and they do specifically state that if you have a lower card, that you probably should stick to the Java no matter what. But if you have a relatively new computer, like within the last year or two, you probably will be fine.
I think mine will be fine.
Yeah. You won't be able to run max settings maybe, but you'll be able to run higher settings. Because like I said, even the medium is better than the live game is, draw distance-wise.
Even the low, low is probably like the same draw distance, and I can handle like medium. And
the one thing I really want them to, I'm really interested to see when it comes out, is the downloadable client, because that way it won't have to stream all the data to your computer. So you'll just download the client, open it, and be able to all the data will be loaded from your computer, so you won't have to worry about your internet connection so much. You'll still need the connection to play, but if you DC, it might be a little bit safer. They might have a fault safe there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Xlogging now works some of the times, but with the way the servers have been going down recently, if you've lost connection and the server stays up, you still die. So I'm not sure if this downloadable client will fix some of that, because some games actually have it to where if you lose a connection from the server, it just immediately saves your data and shuts down.
I think people might abuse that, though.
They could. But I mean, Xlogging is different than, like, if you just close the game client, you haven't technically lost a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still running somewhere in the background. There's ways to get to make sure that people have a hard time abusing that. Either way, the downloadable client would make the game load a lot quicker than it is now. Because it's still a little bit slow, even though it preloads everything now in the lobby, which is a nice feature.
Mm-hmm. I don't like playing with Chrome. I think it's just because, like, over the past however many years I've been playing, I've always used the downloadable client, and it's weird to not see it and still be on RS. Like, seeing, like, the address bar. It's just odd to me. I don't know. But I'll probably get used to it, I'd assume.
I'll probably stick with the Java until the actual client comes out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because that is what they're recommending, is you stay with the Java client.
So obviously HTML5 isn't the only part of RS3 that's going to be optimized. They have the NIS, which honestly I'm really excited for.
It looks really confusing at first, but once you know where everything is on the interface, it is so much better than it is now.
I'm probably going to make it similar to what it is now. And then as I people say things and I try it out and I'll like it, we'll see how it's going to be different. I know they're doing stuff that people are asking for that it hasn't been done yet, like the customizable game filter. They're doing something kind of like that, so that maybe you could just see like people achieving stuff. So I've always wanted that because I hate turning my game filter off.
Everybody wanted that.
But I like seeing people achieve stuff.
Ever since it showed people achieving stuff, I've been wanting to be able to keep that on while everything else is off, or at least most everything else is off.
Mm-hmm. And then, besides the NIS, they also have music.
The audio engine! I can't wait.
Yeah, I know Mike's really excited about it.
I'm a big audiophile, so I love music.
Audiophile?
Yep. That means you're a lover of music.
Okay, Mike.
Learn something new every. It's an actual term, Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan's sitting over here not believing me, looking at me with his little baby lobster face.
But in the link in the description, there's going to be a link to the new newbie melody, which sounds awesome.
Does sound awesome.
And
it keeps the old style while still showing the new style with the orchestra and everything.
Mm-hmm. I really like it, and I would probably when I play, I'm usually either watching a movie, or if I'm on Skype, I'll have Pandora in the background or something. But with this, I might just keep the music on faintly.
You can always switch off every so often. I'm like that with most other games. If I'm doing something that requires a grind, I use music, and if I'm going to an area that I like the music in the game, I keep it turned on.
Mm-hmm. But I'm really looking forward to seeing all of the new music, because we only saw that one track, I think, right?
Yeah, and if they're gonna redo everything, that would be very nice.
So anyways, guys, that's our opinions on the HTML5/everything beta. And we're really looking forward to coming out in, 5.5 days?
It's basically 6 days.
Yep. So that's it for this video, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for a new one. Bye, everyone.
See ya.